Hi guys, welcome back to more Stokelona on the Force 9 YouTube channel, continuing the Stoke City save on Football Manager 2016. And in today's video, we're mid-season, well, we're pre-season, I'd say, mid-season. Played a few friendlies. Might play one today live if I do think there's time, because I'm going to go through some transfers today. And we're going to go through the, the process of actually signing players, because I do still need a couple more players for my squad, 2 or 3 maybe. Some players have come in, some regens that, you know, finally their things went through because they were old enough. A bunch of regens, like maybe 10, something like that. We'll have a look at those. Some of them aren't really that good, so since I signed them, they've probably sort of not developed as much as I would have liked. But we have signed first team players. 1, 2, I want to say 3 or 2. I think it's 3 or 2. And we've sold players as well. And we've got a fair bit of money in for some players which haven't really impressed me and weren't really going to feature, so I'm very happy with that. And we also broke our transfer record as well in terms of spending and in terms of sale. So records broken on either side of the spectrum there. So what I'm going to do now is, like last time, we're going to play the funky music. White Boy? No, that's a song. And we're going to go through, we'll go through the regions first, and then we'll go through the actual signings that I've made. So I'll do that now. Cue the music. First up, signed from MK Dons for £500,000. It's defensive midfielder John Lestrange, only 16. Got some good stats for a ball in midfielder, which is where he'd be playing. His current ability already isn't that bad, but at the moment he's in the under 18s. Could move up to squads, and he's got great potential. Really looking forward to seeing John Lestrange. £575,000 from Middlesbrough. It's Michael Shepherd, 16-year-old striker with great finishing at 16, determination of 18, so he does want to grow as a player. Acceleration of 13, so his pace could improve in the future, but early signs suggest this guy could be good. For £275,000 from Cardiff City, it's Welsh attacking midfielder Christian Gully. Technicals aren't great. Why did I sign this guy? He's got flair and leadership though, but he's got teamwork and work rate. His physicals are pretty good, but technically he looks pretty terrible. Oh my god, why did I sign him? £150,000 from Mulder, Norwegian central midfielder, can also play on the right. On foreshore. Aggression of 17, very aggressive. Leadership of 15, decent passer with the ball, and his pace is okay. Norwegian player, we'll see. Signed a while ago, but only confirmed very recently. Alexander Angel from 1860 München, 16-year-old left winger. Again, doesn't look too good, so not really great signing. £500,000 from Hajduk Split and Jelko Poklepovic, goalkeeper. So yeah, good stats, sort of in the teens, area reaching, command of area, and aggression, and great determination. So there is room to grow for this guy. Looking forward to seeing if we can play him in the future. £190,000 from IFK Gothenburg, Johan Lindqvist. Central defender, good header of the ball, decent marking, but doesn't look like he's got a great deal of potential. We'll see. Robin Geordie, Swiss, came from Grasshoppers for £220,000. He's a cam, he's got good first touch, his passing and technique isn't terrible. Some decent mentals in there as well. Good potential, this guy. Could be a good one for the future. I'm not sure, we'll see again. The last region, Jindřich Rezek, Czech Republic player from Mladá Boleslav. £525,000 he cost, so his value's gone down a little bit. He's another goalkeeper, probably a bit better than Rezek. Aerial reach, kicking and one-on-ones is good. He's got great reflexes as well. Tendency to what? To punch, okay. So yeah, looks pretty good in the air, and he's got good jumping reach and fitness as well, so probably better than the other guy. Oh, this is Rezek. Probably better than the other goalkeeper we have. Only 2 first team players signed so far, but there are more to come. This guy was a free transfer. He's valued at 25 million already. We've got him on a free, and he's not earning a great deal, 28 grand. Paul George Intep. I'm going to call him PG Intep because it sounds like PG Tips, so I think that's great. He's a left winger, can also play on the right, and he's competent up front, but he probably won't play there at all. So yeah, he looks fantastic. Technicals all look pretty good. Physicals look good. He's pacey on the wing. His crossing's good. His dribbling's good. His technique's good. Very happy with this, and especially seeing as it's free, we could get He's got great value already, and we got him for nothing. I'm very happy with this. Came from Rennes, and he's a goal scorer as well. 11 goals in his past 2 seasons. For a winger, it's pretty good. Hoping that he can get more for us. I'd be ecstatic if he could do that. Last, but by no means least, he is our record signing for Stoke. From Bologna, £13 million, it's Mattia Destro, 26-year-old Italian striker with fantastic finishing, good header of the ball, good penalties, good off the ball, mentals are fantastic. Could play as an advanced forward, could play as a complete forward. Going to be huge for us, I think, hoping that he can get a bunch of goals for us, like at least 20. This is a guy that is going to score goals for us week in, week out, and I'm very happy with this signing. As you can see, £13 million. Didn't have the best of times at Bologna, really, only got 7 and 8 goals. Didn't really feature a great deal for Roma either in some seasons. But yeah, very happy that we have Destro. Doesn't speak English at the moment, but he is on a language course. So I'm very excited by this sign. He's already got 2 goals pre-season in a game against Philadelphia. So great, really happy. So that's the ins. So of course people had to make way. Not a lot of guys released on free transfer, only 3. Mark Waddington, Tom Anderson and David White. But as you can see, 3 sales. Mauro Zarate did not have the best of times with us. Only managed 4 league goals over a season and a half. And last season, we failed to score in about 15 games, I think. So we moved him on. Got a bit of money for him, which I'm okay with. He's gone to Real Betis in Spain. This one I'm absolutely amazed with. Jordan Rhodes is gone. I wasn't sure if I was going to sell him. I said in the previous video I was going to give him one more chance. But I offered him out for £10 million, which was a bit ambitious, seeing as we paid just under 8 for him. And given the season he's had, I didn't think people would take that. But AC Milan came in with a straight up £10 million bid. Well, I think they offered 6, but I think I upped them to 10 and they said, okay, yeah, we'll pay you 10 million, why not? So we got 10 million for Jordan Rhodes. We're not going to get all of it because he still gets his loyalty package. So he got £1.5 million for playing for us. And sort of other people get fees. So Blackburn, I think, get 15% and Huddersfield get a little bit as well. So we don't get all of that. I think we probably get about 8. So it's still a bit of a profit. But he only scored 8 goals last season, and he did have some terrible games. Like the difference between him playing well and playing badly was huge. So yeah, we moved him on, 10 million for him. So I'm very happy with that. And the last player to be sold was Jose Lu, who didn't feature last season because he was on loan at Lyon, and he didn't have a great time out there over 2 seasons. He only got 3 league goals overall. So yeah, he's gone. I don't know if like I could have played him like when he came back because the fans aren't very happy that we sold him. But I think given that he didn't do very well with us at first and on loan he's been terrible, I thought get some money in for him, and we did just that and we made profit again. Stoke bought him in 2015 at the start of the save for £5.75 million. We sold him for £6.75, so there's a bit of profit. So I'm happy with that. And then we've got 6 players out on loan. Dan Backman, goalkeeper, gone to Millwall. Mohar probably won't ever feature for me. He's gone for Ipswich. And he's one of those guys who will just loan for a few years and just won't play. So as you can see, he was loaned to MK Dons last season. He did quite well out there, actually. He got 4 goals and a couple of assists. So he didn't do too badly out in Milton Keynes. He's gone to Ipswich this time. And he hasn't played for us. And he probably won't ever play for us. Ngoy, again, probably won't play for us. He's gone on loan to Villa. These guys, though, could feature. Wrexham is one of our feeder clubs. Niels Reindeers has gone there. I could call him Reindeers, as it's almost Christmas. He did play 1 game for us, I think. Was it at centre-back? Yeah, and he didn't do very well. So he's really not ready for us in terms of first team stuff. He's 17. He's still got plenty of room to grow. But he's going to go to Wrexham, along with Robbie Hudson-Webb, who is a regen of ours from last season, from the 1st season rather. And then Rushan Hepburn Murphy. I don't know if I mentioned this guy, but we signed him for 1.2 million, or rather the director did. Nothing to do with us. And I don't know if he's any good or not, but he's gone on loan to Ipswich as well. It doesn't look terrible as a striker, advanced forward. He's got good dribbling and finishing, but that's pretty much about it. He's got a bit of pace as well, but that's it. So this is the first team at the moment. So this is what we've been playing. Now this was the squad we played in our most recent game. There are guys, that are a bit on the fringe that I do want to try and play this season. So just look at this. So Thibaut Verlinden has been at Stoke since the start, very much one for the future. His current ability is a 1.5 stars. I want to try and play him a bit this season. He's had a couple of loan spells. He's had one loan spell at Peterborough. Only played 5 times out there though, but he's got potential. So I do want to try and give him some game time this season. His previous game, which was against New York Red Bulls, he got an assist, but we lost 4-1. But he set up the goal from for, I want to say it was for Due, but I can't remember. So I want to try and play him this season. James Bree, 19-year-old, he can play as a right back, but I want to play him as a central midfielder. Another player signed by our director. He doesn't actually look that bad. He's been on loan. He was on loan at Brighton. Played 10 times, and he did quite well, to be fair. I don't know if he played at right back. I want to play him as a central midfielder. I want to see if we can get him some game time to see if the directors do know what they're doing with some of these signings. So that's it, really. And the last one is Shenton, who's featured a couple of times last season. Had a couple of league games and also played a couple of times in the Cups. Didn't do too well, but he's still young. He's 19 years old now, and again, current ability is getting there, and he's got potential. Some of these stats are really good. If we look at him as a playmaker, his passing and technique's good. Got some good mentors, and his physical is rising as well. So Shenton, we'll try and play this season. We'll put him on the bench a few times, I'm sure, and then maybe in the Cups we'll give him some starts. So that's it, really. So yeah, stuff still happening off screen. So if we have a look at our depth by position, so goalkeepers I'm fine with. Defenders, I'd probably want to get maybe like a young centre back or something, like sort of not teenager, but like 20, 21. Wimmer and Shawcross are good. Kirchhoff's good, but he plays more as a defensive midfielder, but we can play him in defence if we need to. Sorensen didn't play as much in the second half of last season because Wimmer came in and was very good. He's still got 24 league games, 3 of those coming off the bench, and he wasn't a terrible player. He had a pretty solid season, really. But I didn't play as much. I'm going to keep him, but I think maybe we'll want one more just to give us that depth at centre-back. Muniesa can also play there, but he's a left-back. So at left-back, we've got Muniesa. Oviedo is currently on duty with Costa Rica at the CONCACAF Gold Cup, so he's unavailable at the moment. Ben Davis we've got as well in January, but since he came, he hasn't really done that well. He's got an average of 6.81, and he's got 1 assist last season. But some games, he made defensive errors, so not quite sure about him. As far as young left backs, we don't have any, so that might be something to look at just to get like a young regen or something at left back, a good one. At right back, I'm very happy. Jenkinson and Debussy are great. Bree can also play there if need be. Debussy's a bit unhappy at the moment because he lost out on first team football in the second half of last season. Jenkinson came in and did a great job, so it's going to be hard for him to get football when Jenkinson is playing as well as he is. But I think I'm happy with the situation at left back. I think it's this at right back rather. It's left hand side where I've got problems. Defensive midfield, I think we're okay. Gutierrez can play there, but he's more of a playmaker. I'll play him a bit further up. Kirchhoff as an anchorman and Diarra are good options. Diarra does get a few cards here and there. We can also play Lestrange there, so he might come straight in. We'll see. But central midfield is where I do have a bit of an issue. At the start, we had guys like Adam and we had Whelan, and they were good, but they were a bit old, so we haven't really replaced them yet. Much has come in and done a pretty good job. And then you've got Diarra as well, who can play there. Bree, Shenton. Pereira can play as an advanced playmaker, but I use him as a left winger. So I think maybe one more central midfielder, 1 or 2 central midfielders is key we need. Cams we don't really use with our tactics, so I don't really have any need for those. The left wingers, Shaqiri can play there. I think we've got Tep, Pereira. I think Affley's going to go. I'm trying to get some money for Affley. I'm going for about 5-6 million. But so far I'm only getting 2. He's 31. He doesn't look it. He looks probably 10 years younger than that. But I think he didn't feature as much last season. Off the bench he did. The first season he got 15 starts. Only 13 starts in the second half. And he got some substitute appearances. But I think he's not really going to feature much more than that. So I'm probably going to try and sell Affley. And then that will leave us with Tep on that left. Who can also play on the right, of course. He's ambidextrous in terms of his feet. And Pereira can play there. Shaqiri can play there. So I'm okay with that. We might get... Sorry, burp. We could get another left winger in. We'll see. And then on the right, Shaqiri and Tep, Diouf, Mayne were fine on the right wing. So the right-hand side in its entirety, I'm very happy with. That's great. But the left, I'm a bit more concerned about. Maybe we want a good left back. And maybe a left winger. And then up front, So Diouf, Destro, of course we have. Maynard can play as a Trekatista. Crouch is retiring at the end of the season. I've given him another contract. He's 36 now. I've given him a contract for one more year up to 2019. But he's also going to be an under-18s coach, coaching the strikers in the youth team. But he's going to be retiring from football at the end of this season. So we're going to keep him on just for that season, for this season. And we're going to see if he can get us some goals. If not, then I'll just leave him out. I mean, he's only earning £6,000 a week. So it's not really like he's taking up the budget. But it'd be good to just have him finish his career here. It'd be a good thing to do, I think. So that leaves us with Diouf, Destro and Mane as our strikers. Mane is a right winger, really, and Diouf can play out there as well as a Ramdeuter. Or if we drop him back, he's a defensive winger. So I think one more striker, a left winger, a midfielder, and a left back. That is what we're going to try and get. We're looking at midfielders at the moment. Box-to-box midfielder is something I want. We don't really have one. And that is a very key, very important thing we need, I think. So looking at some of these guys, so you've got Jose Mauri, the Argentine from Milan, only 21. But a lot of these guys don't know English, which I'm not too sure about. And our homegrown players as well, we don't have a lot of those. So that could be something to look at. Where's he gone? I've been keeping an eye on Jake Livermore for a while because he is constantly turning down contracts from Hull. He looks like a good player, and he's 5 to 7.25 million is his estimated cost at the moment. If we look at his attributes for a box midfielder, his shooting and his finishing aren't that good, but first touch and passing are okay. He's fit and he's got good stamina. He's good off the ball and he's got a good work rate. So I think it could be a good signing. I just don't know whether to pull the trigger on it or not. He's got one more year left on his deal. And I made the mistake of thinking because he wouldn't sign a new deal that it was expiring. Not the case. So yeah, I might go in for him. In fact, you know what? Screw it, let's do it. Let's offer 5.75 million. Okay, that's fine. And they want. They don't have any month. Okay, right. Do you know what? Just you're not having a profit in Excel. 6 million straight up. What do you think of that? No. Right, get rid of the profit. Fine. Have that. There we go. Right, so yeah, right. So we'll go for Livermore. Why not? I've been keeping an eye on him for a while. Let's do it. Why not? Who is the other guy? There's a guy from Sampdoria. What's his name? Here he is. Soriano. That's his name. 26 years old from Sampdoria. He'll cost a fair bit of money though. 26 million. Because he's transfer listed by request. He's unhappy, it seems. Looking forward to leaving the club. So £26 million is a lot of money. I wonder if we could get him on loan. Right, if I pay all your wages, make offer. We'll give it a try. We'll see. Musa Sissoko, no, I offered for him, but they came back with like 159 million or something like that. This Fernando, I don't know if that's the same one that was playing for Man City. Storaro, Wilshere, Laramendi. That could be good. Good as a central midfielder. What do they want for him? Unlikely to want to sell the player. Let's make an offer. We'll offer that, see what they come back with. Oh, not even going to give us a counter offer. Okay, fair enough. Onatsi from PSG. Or started of the season at Lazio. Or rather, no. He was at Lazio last year. So he is a box-to-box midfielder. He looks pretty good, actually. So and they want 7.25 million for him. That's not bad, actually. Been at PSG for a while. Hasn't hardly featured. Do you know what? We're making you an offer. 6 million. No, you want 7. Fair enough. He must be transfer listed then. £7 million for Onatsi. And so I think that's essentially for this sorted out. So let's go to midfielder left now. This guy, right? I came in for this guy endlessly, but he wanted a big wage. He wanted like quite a big wage. He would have been our highest paid player, and we have the money to do that. But I think I don't know why I'm a bit tentative to make that jump because we can now afford more players. We can afford to pay more players. I don't know if I want to do it or not. Like, it's strange. And apparently he'll have problems adapting. and they wanted 17.25 million for him. So that would mean breaking our transfer record again, which I don't want to do. No, I'll keep looking for left wingers. I'll just keep looking. Right, so left backs. We're going to go age at most 21. See, look, Target would have been great. I mean, he's available now. They probably wouldn't want to sell him. How much would you want for him? See, 13 million's a lot for a 21-year-old left back. 10.5. Okay, they're right now. Okay, now they're not missing about 10.5 million. Loan, no. 10.5 million pounds for Matt Target. How's he been doing? Only 14 games played. But I'm going to leave it there. So yeah, we'll bid for a couple of midfielders. So I do still want a couple of players for that left, maybe a left winger and a left back. But so no, I don't think we need a left winger because we've got Oviedo as well. So I think we just need a left back and maybe another striker, and that's it. So that's going to do it for this video. Didn't play a friendly today, didn't play a live com just because this was a transfer special. But as far as our next game goes, we start the Premier League season away at West Brom. Not a bad start. We do have some Euro qualifiers before there, and depending on what happens in the second qualifier, second leg, these could be our opponents. So you've got Odd, who are Norwegians, who actually faced Dortmund in a qualifier earlier in the season IRL, and they were like 3-0 up and they lost 4-3. Something weird like that happened. So they could be opponents, or this team. I'm not going to try and pronounce their name. Well, yes I am. It's my job to. Well, it's not a job, but as a football manager YouTuber, I feel like I have to try. Fimlaikaflaghafnafyahwa. No? Yes? I don't know. So yeah, next episode, we'll travel to West Brom. So yeah, that'll be it really. And our season doesn't look too bad. Our second season, our difficult fixtures were all grouped together. They're a bit more spread out. So our first 6 games are West Brom away, Spurs at home, Palace away, Southampton at home, Blackburn away, and Swansea at home. Blackburn, Cardiff, and Villa came back up in the from the Championship. So yeah, and we finish off the season at Stamford Bridge. So that could be a interesting end to the season, end to the save as well. This is going to be my last season, as I said, and I need to end this off now, otherwise my camera's going to shut off because it's been recording for half an hour. So that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching. Like if you leave a like if you enjoyed the video, leave any comments you want to make, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see videos as I'm going to turn up on YouTube. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Goodbye. 29 minutes 45 seconds.